Welcome back, cereal fans. I am your host, Siri, and on today's episode of Morning Munchology, we are going to talk about one of your holiday favorites after the new year. And I know that that doesn't make sense, and that's okay, because I'm just playing catch-up here, not like mustard or relish or anything, but catch-up to get caught up kind of thing. Today, what we're going to talk about is Chex version of caramel corn. So caramel corn Chex, and I think that this has a lot of potential. One of my favorite snack foods growing up, my dad would always bring home a tin, a metal tin, and it had the 4 different or 3 different divisions of flavor in it. There was regular buttered popcorn, and then there was some cheddar corn in there. Sometimes it was white cheddar, something like that. But then there was caramel corn. And caramel corn is rockin' good because it was crispy, it was crunchy, it was almost like a cereal, but you called it a snack, and that's probably why I'm doing this channel today. All right, so thank you very much. Let's do this. Oh, thank you very much, Dad, for bringing this home. Caramel crunch. All right, box. It looks like every other Chex. If I were to compare this to another Chex, it looks the exact same. All Chex boxes, they all look the same. There's no difference in this Chex versus, do I have another Chex? No, I don't have another Chex. You get the point. It's nothing special. Oh, they put a bow on it. That's not enough. So 7 on that one. Value, it was expensive also because it was a holiday, and they were trying to jam it down my throat, and I did it, and I bought it. 7, opening bag smell. Let's hope that this gives me something more than just corn smell. I know that's all it is, caramel corn, but let's hope that they give me a little bit more that appeals to me. And right away, I do smell maple. That's very, very, that's appealing. Now, there is something weird going on, secondary though, smell, that just released. Something a little almost oily, something a little off-putting to it. That initial smell was great, but then as I'm diving down into it, man, you know what? It smells like a Buc-ee's or something like that. I don't know what. Oh, it's a little off. I'm gonna have to only give you an 8 for that one. Cereal color. It looks like a Chex. Chex looks like Chex looks like Chex. They never change. They're yellow and they're checkerboarded. Great. That's cereal color. That's very, very average. That's a 6. No, that's a 5. That's yellow. Uniqueness of shapes. It's a Chex. That is also a 5. You didn't do anything for me. Let's talk about crunch. Crunch. Because it has a glaze on it, because it has sugar coating on it, it held up really, really well. You love your Chex as a party mix. These would do well in there. Holding up really, really nicely. The flavor is overpowering from whatever it is that's a little bit smoky in there. So I don't get a whole lot of burnt or corn, but I do get a little bit of sensation of almost like a burnt corn. And so, while I'm getting the maple flavor to it, there's also something that's a little bit almost burnt to it, which is a little bit dry, off-brand for me. I'm not sure that I quite nailed the caramel as much as I would hope. Dry crunch, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to give that a 9. There's only a little bit of residue left in your mouth. Uniqueness of taste, well, it's very unique. I haven't had anything that has that kind of a burnt corn flavor to it. Does it match the name? I don't think it quite did. I get a sense that there's a little bit of a caramely maple something kind of thing going on there. 7 for that, but it's something else that's a little bit off that I think it's going to be enhanced when it's in milk, but not quite yet. Speaking of which, let's put it in and let's find out. So let's go for it here. We put just a little sample in, and then we are going to add our milk to it. And we're going to find out how it holds up. Well, how were you holding up after the holidays? Did you get everything that you wished for? I hope. Please let me know. What was your favorite gift out there? I would love to tell you about all of mine. Over the years would have been my favorite gifts. And I will share those moments with you too. While you're there, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscription, and I would love to bring this over 100 by maybe I don't know, Martin Luther King holiday, that would be a great time for us both to celebrate the fact that we hit that 100 mark, and I would greatly celebrate with some, I don't know what I'll do. I will figure out something special if that happens, if a milestone is met by that date. In the meantime, let's not digress. Let's go ahead and sample up our caramel corn Chex. Let me tell you, one of the best defenses against milk, apparently, is caramel corn crunch. That's really good. That is a perfect 10 on the wet crunch. That is very satisfying. It holds up. It is strong crunch. The caking has disappeared because of the milk. The flavor's actually better, I think. I get a little bit more sense of the caramel corn after the fact. That's pretty good. All right. Now for the overall joy, this should hopefully be factored into that sense that it was a better tasting cereal with milk. 60 is my baseline. Anything 5 heartbeat above that gets you a bonus point. We start at a baseline of 5, and I got just over an 86. So that does give it a perfect 10 for us, bringing my score on this one to a very respectable 78. But unfortunately, the color and the size, they didn't do much effort, and so the packaging, it let it down a little bit overall. So a nice 78 for your caramel corn Chex. If you get a chance, I think it's worth it just for the snackability of it. So thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe. Please go out and have some breakfast, and God bless your cereal. Bye-bye.